Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Sorry I'm a little late. I updated my OBS, the streaming software, last week, and I think, was it last week? I feel like it was after I got off the stream. So when I opened it this morning and tried to go live, it told me that my NVIDIA driver was outdated. So I had to wait for that to install and was hoping that it actually installed properly and allowed me to go live, and now we're here. Good morning, Rio. I've taken 2 trades so far this morning, a win and a break even. I got into a divergence play after the huge push up. I actually attempted to get into the buy right here for the quick scalp, and I didn't get filled. It literally just, as soon as that bar closed, it just took off. Now this trade right here, I did risk it staying in because normally I get out of trades when there's 9 o'clock news. I will get out at 8:53. So at 8:53 is when this candle like wicked up, and I pushed through it. I stayed in it. But I wanted to kind of test to see if I still needed to get out 7 minutes before news. And I don't know. I don't really like the fact that I risked that, but we made it out. And then I tried to get into this buy, and you could see that the rotation level painted here literally as I was in the trade. So I went ahead and I broke even there. Even if I didn't break even myself, it would have been a break even trade right here on that candle. That was the last candle before the take profit. So I'm definitely going to stick with my thought process of, if the rotation level paints while I'm in the trade, just go ahead and get out. And you can see that price respected that level. And yeah, so now we're at a new rotation level right now. We'll see what happens. I did back test, what was that? Did a little bit Saturday, and then I pretty much finished it yesterday. Friday did not have to be Friday. First of all, before I even started to back test Friday, when I was just writing down, like journaling my trades, I was like, bro, how did you not pay attention to that? I remember that was one of the trades where I literally was like, yo, there was 2 trades actually. I was like, I wasn't even supposed to be in that. So that was 2 losses. And then there were 2 more losses where the swings of the ABC triangle, because again, I don't do ABCD, I only look at ABC. Literally the volume of the swings were equal. I don't take trades where it's equal. Like, how was I not paying it? I literally, as I was writing stuff down, I was like, KeAmber, what were you doing? How are you not paying attention to this? I'm so confused. And then also one thing that I realized was that I cannot take counter trend trades on Fridays. I don't know why I didn't pay attention to this before. I don't think it really mattered before I got on the 16 tick chart. I don't remember. Actually, I do. I don't know if you guys remember a couple of months ago where there were certain trades that no, that was just after 10 o'clock. Yeah, I don't think I ever did a Friday thing. Well, I cannot take counter trend divergence on Fridays for whatever reason. It just does not work well. My P&L is kind of like a little bit negative on the counter trend divergence on Fridays. But the problem is, like, one day it'll be halfway decent, and then the next Friday it'll just be totally like trash. So because of that, we'll just get rid of that on Fridays. It's fine. So when I removed the mistakes I made, Friday was just still trash anyway, because I should have just had like 4 wins, 2 losses, and I think a break even in there. So it was gonna be trash anyway, but definitely did not have to be as trash as it was. So in the last 2 weeks, we've had 3 really bad negative days, but as I always say, losses need to be lessons, and those 3 days made me reevaluate things big time. So I'll just be grateful for those days, because I rather have those days while I'm not touching my PA than me finally get another PA. I start trading them, and then I'm having those kind of days again, because then real money's on the line. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. It's been a really slow morning because I was on the charts early, just to make sure I wasn't missing trades and stuff. And my first trade was not until like 8:52. So I'm not expecting much. We're at 9:15, almost in the morning, and we haven't even hit 200,000 in volume. So it's going to be a slow morning, which is cool. Sometimes the slow mornings are great. I mean, we had medium impact news at 9, but sometimes the slower Mondays are cool, just to like get my bearing, get myself out of the rut of not looking at live charts for a couple of days. So I'm not interested in this counter trend divergence. Oh yeah, some other things that I did kind of finalize. I was looking because the last 2 weeks I'm like, man, there's some divergence trades that I am missing out on. Mainly when the swing that I'm about to take the entry off of is more than the previous upswing. If if things are going up and if things are going down, if that current swing is more than the previous downtrend swing, I've been staying out of those because I just could not figure out the pattern, and I think I did. So we'll see for the next couple of days. I will take the trades if they set up, that's for sure. Also finalized regular pullbacks to my major level. Finalized that this weekend. And then also finalized trades at my middle level, which, remember, I removed that from my chart a couple of months ago. So I still can't see it. But basically, when my minor trend changes trends, then if it sets up with that one swing only, then I'll take the trades. So we'll see. We will see. We will see. Really just looking for the first pullback. I'm not interested in anything else right now. Also, I have to fix my mouse because I have two, and I have not used the other one in a while. But let's see. Used to be, yeah, that's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. All right, so I don't like this. Well, maybe. Okay, yeah. All right, we no longer like that buy. That's gone. That is gone. Remember, the goal of this week is for at least my 50Ks to survive through the week. Although they renew next Monday and Friday, but as long as they at least last until Friday where I can still have accounts to trade, then we'll be good. I do still have that 125K account, but there's only $230 left in drawdown on that one, so we'll see if it survives. I don't know. But yeah, I have to fix my mouse. I prefer a wired mouse when I am trading just because I don't want any unnecessary lag of anything. Thankfully, the mouse that I have is a gaming mouse, so you can connect via Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or there's also a USB like hidden under here, so I can directly connect it. So if I start to have any issues, I'll just directly connect it. But yeah, my other one, the middle roller, is like off track. I don't know how it even got that way. Like, I had just used it, so I don't know, but if I have any issues, I'll figure it out. Oh, all right, we got more news coming at 9:30. I am going to get into this sell. It's not my favorite way for this to set up at all. But, you know, you got to take what the market gives you. And if that's your setup, that's your setup. And it's mine, so... Oh no, 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 no. Everything is broken right now. Oh, please fill me. That sucks. I actually did not want to be in that trade. The volume push, it spiked like at the last second from what I was looking for. That's annoying. And because there's like this slight lag when I get in, I tried to hit the break even button and I couldn't. So that sucks. So now we're down for no reason because I should just be break even. So that 25K account is definitely going to be out of there. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, that one that sale, like I said, it's not really my favorite. I prefer, like, if it's going to set up that way, for the push down to have been like the entry to be down further, but it was my setup, so I took it, and it is what it is. You just gotta roll with the punches, unfortunately. Something told me to just not get into the bot because I could see that the volume was pushing a little higher than I wanted that to. So what I should have done was just not take the entry, like not have the immediate entry, you know, check the volume to make sure it was what I wanted to be, and then just put the entry in late. That's what I would have preferred, and that's probably what I should have done. Just knowing that it's always that initial lag when I get into the trades, which fucking sucks, but you know, whatever. Whatever. Alright, so we'll see what we can get from here. Looking for a buy for over this rotation level. It's really annoying because That was just, I hate unnecessary losses. Like, I can take the L on the sale. I mean, it's set up, my setup. I know what I like for it to look like. Everything's set up properly. I just don't like the way that it rotated over my minor level right there. Like I said, I just wanted the entry to be a little bit lower, but that's not really something that I measure on those trades. So, and we're gonna break even because this is now a weak level. However, it wasn't weak on the entry. So I'll see. If it wins, I could take that. Because technically the level didn't become weak until, there we go. Technically the level didn't become weak until the bar after the entry candle. So I could have stayed in it. I could have stayed in it. Beautiful entry too. I would have been back to basically break even, which would have been nice. All right, we got 1 minute until I have to, if I get in any trades, I definitely have to close them at 9:23. Man, that was a great entry. And literally when it came down a little bit, it just took off from there. Let's see, what was that? 81 bars, so 20 points fast. Great entry. So that means, let's see, 1 1 1 1 1 2 1 1. So I should be at 2 wins, a loss, and a break even right now. That's annoying. Let me play some music. We did just break into, well, you got the overnight range right there, and then there's a bigger range from 525 to 592. Like, that's just a zone. I don't want to say a range, it's a zone. Because I don't even know if price went in there at all today, but. So this is the bottom of the zone. This major support level right here. I'm so mad I closed out of that. Yeah, literally didn't change till week till right after. So with that case, it's not about what the level is after. It's whatever the level is on my entry candle, the reversal candle. What song is this and why? Let's delete that. All right, let's regroup. Regroup. Good morning, Truth Seeker. Let's regroup. Man, what a move from there. Yeah, this tray right here. Definitely, like when the price was about, I would say 3/4 of the way to finishing the bar, is when the volume was closely getting to like what I didn't want to see. But then it just spiked at the end and just entered the trade before I could get out of it. That's one of the bad things about like the way I trade and getting in at the reversal candle. Like I have to do it because I need to be precise, because I will miss a lot of trades if I don't, just because of how fast price moves. But there are some times, and it doesn't happen often, it's probably like maybe once or twice a week, where like I'm trying to make sure that I'm in, but then after I'm in, I'm like, oh shoot, the volume's different. We had that spike at the last half a second of the bar, because that's typically what happens. Is it's just this random spike, or I want to say random, but it's that last little spike to close the candle that'll make the trade invalid. And that's what happened in that candle. All right, so one of the things that I did decide, I think it was like probably the middle of last week or maybe early last week, is I'm not taking any trades at the major support, the major resistance, and the middle pivot level. So the middle level between those two. I don't like taking any trades there at all. So I can sit out. It doesn't matter if it's divergence or pullbacks. I'm just not taking it. Good morning. Good morning, Granny. How are you? Why is do I need to update my phone? I can never use. It's my freaking messages. All right, well, let's just update because I'm over it. I've pushed this button 35 trillion times. But I feel like every time I update my phone, it does not update to fix what I need fixed. Oh, shoot. Rio and True Seeker, how's your trading today so far? I just hope I get enough trades to cover the red, which I don't expect because volume and volatility is so low right now. It's insane. I was doing pretty good protecting that account that only had like 100. I think when I started today, it only had like $130 in drawdown. Now it's only $39 because of those two stupid trades. Oh, wait. Why can't I click that? Okay, whatever. You're looking for a short. You haven't taken a trade yet? Understood, because the price is doing nothing at the moment. Up a little bit, made a few mistakes in the open. We're in the same boat. We're in the same boat with the mistakes. I wish I was up a little though. But we're in the same boat. I'm really looking for it to clear and stay below. Like if we can create some structure under 519, then cool. You can see here is where it'll change to a downtrend for me. This thick blue line. Happy Monday, Applejacks. Yeah, market is not that great right now. I actually was doing just fine until that little mishap. Had the one loss that I just had to eat. Even if followed my rules, even though I know how far down I want my entry to be on that particular trade, it still followed my rules. But then the loss right after that was really just... But yeah, it is what it is. Gotta take the good with the bad sometimes. 289. If we push down in this candle, I am going to get into a sell. But yeah, that one and unnecessary loss is what did it in for me. I literally didn't have a trade until 8:52, so I knew the market would be trash today. Okay, you don't want to push down right now. All right, 289. Oh yeah, if you guys hear me calling out random numbers, I'm just saying volume numbers out loud. All right, that was too big of a push for me. We stalled here for too long. Now I can't take the sale. Applejacks, have you been trading at all? Or you set out because of how bad the market is? We really only, I think the week of the 11th was like the best week this month. Excuse me, as far as like volume and everything goes. Like the first week wasn't that great. Like there might have been, let's see, 48. Maybe like 50 trades total for the week. But then the week of the 11th, there was like over 90 trades for me to take. And then I didn't I think I did calculate last week. I'll just have to look, but I think last week it just wasn't that many trades either. So we're just in a very weird time right now. Let's see. Last week there was only 44 trades that were valid for me. So first week 50, second week 90, third week 45 basically. And based on today, it looks like we're going to be a 50 trade week as well, which is fine, but I just really prefer the higher volatility. But like I said before, as long as my strategy works when there's high volume, low volume, high volatility, low volatility, it's all I care about. And so far, even today, it's working. I shouldn't even be down right now. You lost 3 times in London. Ouch, 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 ouch. This month might be your kryptonite. Too much going on in your personal life, or too much going on the charts, or both. If it's personal life and it's affecting your trading, you might want to take a break, or just reduce the number of trades you take, or reduce your risk. Because if it's affecting your trading, maybe just reduce your risk a little bit. All right, so let's see what we got here. We failed to actually break this level, which is why the level is still this thick blue line. Otherwise, it would have turned to a red thinner line when it broke it. So let's see what happens. We could push up from this zone and not decide to change to a downtrend just yet. On the charts, quad witching, daylight savings, FOMC last week. Yeah, that's true. I knew the market would be slow Monday and Tuesday and really Wednesday morning as well with FOMC, but I definitely expected better Thursday and Friday. For sure. But yeah, definitely learned a lesson from Friday, just in that I can only take my regular pullbacks, no counter trend divergence. I can take the deep pullback divergence that still are going in the direction of my overall trend bias. I can take that, but just counter trend, like right now, this will be counter trend since my bias is an uptrend and we tested the uptrend level right there and pushed off of it. So those I cannot take on Fridays. No counter trend divergence. When I looked, one of the versions of the counter trend divergence on Fridays, it was pretty much break even as far as had the same number of wins and losses. but there also wasn't enough break evens for it to cover, like, you know, commissions and stuff. And then the other form of the counter trend divergence, which is this one where it starts with the lower high and ends with a higher high, that one was just negative. I think it was like 3 wins and 4 losses or something. So for me, when I see that, because I think I tested over 3 or 4 Fridays, I don't need much data for me to know, like, okay, this is clearly going to either always lose or have a higher chance of losing, or there's a lot of break evens and not, like, let's say it's 5 break evens and a win. I'm probably just going to remove it, as far as like just not trade it at all, because too many break evens, especially now that I'm not manually breaking even often. If I see too many break evens on a setup and not enough wins, I just remove it. So, all right, we're back at this major support level, which I'm not trading off of, because basically right now price is trying to enter this zone. I think it's right there. So there's the major resistance level, there's the middle pivot level, and then there's the major support level. So this indicator actually colors this zone. I just don't have the colors on, because it colors the zone based off if it's like an inside day, outside day, you know, all of that stuff, whatever. And I don't care about that. And it's just adding more colors to my chart. So, but yeah, that's a zone. And then in between that zone, we have the overnight high and low range. But it's really crazy because this indicator paints these support and resistance levels right when the market opens. So before like even data really gets on the chart like that, it paints it and it does not repaint. So it's very crazy to see like how much price respects and reacts to the levels, even though they're static and they don't move for that entire day. But yeah. Oh, and then we have a short week this week from Good Friday. Almost forgot about that. Oh, did my phone finish updating? No, it did not. Now it went to work. Push too far up. I don't want to take that soon. You know what? Do I pay attention to? Probably not. Because that is a new setup and I probably ain't pay attention to it. Let me see if it's set up at all today so far. That one doesn't count. That was the market open. That was right after news, so that one didn't count. Okay, well, I didn't miss it anywhere. I can't believe it's almost 10 o'clock. This morning has gone by actually pretty fast. It's real annoying not getting any trades, though. Am I short or long? I am nothing. If I was in a trade, you would see it on the charts. I'm not one of those people. I show my trades, good, bad, or ugly. Not hell on earth, Applejacks. You're glad because you're hungry. I'm never hungry this early, but I think it's because I've been intermittent fasting for like 5 years. And I typically don't break my fast until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Sometimes I push it to 4 if I'm just really not hungry. But because I used to work overnight, that's why I always broke my fast around really 4 o'clock for real. I moved it up to 2 o'clock when I stopped working overnight and started day trading more. Because now I'm not up until 3 o'clock in the morning and stuff like that. So because I try to lay it down by 1 o'clock, I try to break my fast at 2, so I'm done eating by about 10 most of the time. That way I'm not starving going to bed. But I'm just never that hungry. I mean, I usually drink like a cup of tea, which I've been missing a lot the last couple of probably like 2 weeks. And I drink probably like 40 ounces of water in the morning too. I used to not be able to drink water on an empty stomach. I used to rag on my mom because she would be like, I can't do it early in the morning. It makes me sick and it makes me feel like my throat is closing and blah, blah, blah. And I'm not going to lie. If I have like a really empty stomach because I just didn't eat much the previous day, water does make me sick to my stomach on an empty stomach. I don't know what it is. But for the most part, I'm good. I try to start with tea though because warm water doesn't bother me. And I prefer room temperature. I hate cold water, but I got this water dispenser thing from Sam's. They have Ice Mountain in a huge 5-gallon BPA free bottle. And so I get 4 of those a month. And the water dispenser that I have only does, it says room temperature, baby. It ain't room. It's cold to me. I like for real room temperature, damn near warm. But yeah, so I've been drinking a little bit colder water than I would prefer. But yeah, I drink a lot of water. A lot. And that's probably why my mind is so clear all the time. Anytime I eat breakfast, I can barely make it till 11 a.m. I ate some oatmeal. So what kind of break? That's probably because you eating heavy breakfast. You probably eating pancakes and eggs and bacon. You got the itis. Duh. My breakfast is usually only oatmeal, 000 yogurt from Oikos, and a fruit smoothie. That's usually my breakfast. I don't really this is gonna sound bad, but I don't really like eating fruit, dry fruit, just any kind of fruit by itself. I cannot stand it. I rather blend it up into a smoothie. I don't know what it is. I grew up a meat eater though, and now I don't even really eat meat that much, but yeah. What chart application is this? Bond. This is NinjaTrader. And I am using Rinko charts, which is why it looks crazy compared to what you typically see. Good morning, Connor. How are you? And good morning, Rachel. Welcome in. You're looking for a short. I'm not looking for anything right now. My charts are just, my setups are not there yet. I do have an overall uptrend bias until it breaks this thick blue line right here. But of course you could see that we've been creating lower highs. So, but in the midst of creating a lower high, we also created a higher low. So I'm just waiting for the charts to show me what I want, and then I'll take trades. But yeah, this is Rinko charts. This is the Ninja Rinkos. I know there's like O Rinkos out there. You have the regular native Rinkos. These are Ninja Rinkos. It's their free Rinkos from ninja.co. And I use a 16 tick chart. So the brick size is 16, and then the brick size is 16, and then the threshold is 1 tick. All right, so like I said, I have an uptrend bias. I might get into a buy, but I wanted to stall here a little bit in this one particular candle, and then I would be able to get in. I don't think it's going to stall long enough, but we'll see. Just an annoying morning. It's very slow, and I actually should be right at break even right now. But there was a trade I got in earlier where I just couldn't get out of. There was the initial lag from getting into the trade, and I couldn't break even from it. The last volume spike before the candle closed actually invalidated the trade, but I already had the entry there, so I didn't have time to take it off. All right, that buy was not what I was looking for. All right, we got a sell. I am gonna have to make, never mind. I was gonna say I have to manually break even when we hit that thick blue line, because that is a support level that'll turn into resistance, of course, but yeah, never mind, it blew right through it. All right, so we're basically back to pretty much break even. All right, not enough volume there. And if you're new here, I am still developing. I'm pretty much at the tail end of developing this strategy. So you will see me look down at my cheat sheet, because in the midst of developing this strategy, my rules have changed here, there, and everywhere. So, but I'm pretty much at the tail end. Between Tuesday and Friday of last week and Wednesday of the previous week, those 3 losing days were like what helped me to reanalyze my data and figure out kind of what I was missing. Because like I say, every time you analyze data, you look at things different as you are staring at the charts, noticing the patterns. I just started using this Rinko setting 2 weeks ago. I've changed Rinko settings a couple of times over the last 3 months, and this Rinko setting is my favorite. So, but because I did not do a full-blown back test, I only completed like 30% of the back test before I went live. I started trading it with this Rinko setting. I just knew that it was going to take time for me to finalize stuff, because I still ain't completed the back test because I'm tired of back testing. So we'll just forward test instead. You can't make it to 11 without starving. It's so backwards. It makes you feel good though. It does. I'm not going to lie. You just longed. You're down 19 points. I thought you said you was looking for a short. Why'd you long? Can you suggest something? No, Frederick, I ignored you for the last couple of days, and that was for a reason. I think we have made it pretty clear in that one particular stream when you first came in that I don't want your suggestions. And it's not from an ego standpoint. It's just because I am trying to put something together for myself, by myself. And any suggestions that you have outside of what I am trying to put together from what you see on your screen, not from what you want to see on the screen, then it's very pointless. And it's not going to do either of us any good. Okay? After we move up, I'm going to say short later, and I want you to watch my entry. We're all friends here. Yeah, Rachel, we are. Hey, we're good. I don't mind people calling out what they're looking for. It does not bother me in any way, shape, or form. It might help other people. It could help me as well. A lot of times when people call out certain levels, I see the same levels on my charts. Might be a little bit different, but I'll typically see the same levels for the most part. All right, I'm trying to buy here off of this rotation level, but we'll see if it can hold. Might not be able to hold. I don't expect much today. The only thing I care about is taking every setup that's valid and not getting into too many setups that are not. That's all I care about, really. All right, we couldn't push through it. It is what it is. Couldn't push through it. All right, install. I was hoping this sell rotation level just will be able to hold it up because it was exactly where I wanted it to be. But really, if we break here the proper way, like we tried to break this level, but then we failed. So if we start trading below this, then it's going to be a downtrend, but it's kind of having trouble pushing through the last part of it. We're still trading right there. All right, whatever. Online safety, I just be over it. Like having to repeat myself on the same thing is pretty freaking annoying. I mean, I think we all understand why I and other streamers are here. And it's just simply to share our journeys. If I want advice, I promise you I will put really big on the screen, hey guys, I'm looking for advice right now, help me. But that's not what this is. It's literally just to share my journey of trying to put a strategy together and get to payouts with props after I finish finalizing things, which they're almost final. I think there's only like 2 more like question marks on my cheat sheet. So once those question marks are eliminated, then I'll feel like it's final for the most part. No, Rachel, I don't look at the ES at all. I only trade the Nasdaq. I used to trade the ES, crude oil, gold, the Dow, the Russell. Actually, years ago, I traded ZB, ZN, TN, UB, like the bonds and stuff. But I'm not the biggest fan of the bonds. Not the biggest fan. I do have a sale setting up, however, I don't know if I'm supposed to break even at this major level or not. All right, we've pulled back far enough away from it where I should be fine. True Seeker, don't laugh at me. Look, I'm trying to not come off as egotistical and just come off as a sweet person who's just not looking for advice. No, you focus. Focus on leaving me alone, Frederick. Why is you back? Why? Do you want to irritate me? Is that what you get on YouTube to do? Do you get on YouTube to go irritate people? You should be trading right now. Is that what you come here to do? Because see, I come to YouTube to consume content of people who I like. That's what I do. Speaking of, let me go check on the two people who I watch stream. Well, I know he's not really trading. He's been on a losing streak for like 3 weeks or something. So besides his open range trade, he has not been taking trades. At least on his PAs. He's down a little bit. Well, I wasn't wrong. I was just early. But I can't be mad at that because that's typically a good trade. The only thing I could say is that yellow line is where this changed from a uptrend to a downtrend. That's the only variable I can see that maybe it wasn't the best, but I would have to go back through my back testing to see if that's even a thing. Because for me, every loss doesn't need to be mitigated. It's just the ones that are clear that they need to be mitigated. Those need to be. I don't really know if that's one of them because I feel like I take trades like that all the time. But that's one of the good things of journaling. So after I get off the charts, I'll be able to see like if we're rotating over. I like to call it the T-stop because it's like a trail and stop type of thing where it changes trends. I could easily just look back through my backtest data to see if that is a variable that causes losses, because it could be. It's something I wasn't paying attention to, and that's always how it is. You lose a weird trade that you're pretty confident in, and then you're like, wait a second, that had to be the variable. And sometimes I go back through my data and it literally is the problem, and other times it's like, nope, it just caused the problem this one time. The other 12 times it's set up like this, it won. So you just have to roll with the punches. Who these men? Applejacks. You're not rooting for me, Frederick. You called me Mrs. Red. You oh wait, you wasn't Order Flow. Order Flow was the one who said that he tunes in to see me lose. You ain't rooting for me, Frederick. You started off on shaky grounds, okay? And for right now, we've burned that bridge. And in order for me to get back over that bridge, I have to get in a boat. And I don't want to get in a boat for you right now. So we just gonna say time is tell. It's time will tell, not time is tell. Time will tell what your true motives are. But for now, we ain't friends. Oh, that I be watching Applejack. I watch Alpine Trader, and I also watch Nutty Bar Trading. I do not watch Patrick. Too much energy. I'm sure you could tell from my personality. Too much energy is a bit much for me. All right, there's 10 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock already, y'all. I really like Nutty Bar and Alpine because when I first started looking for streamers, because I just wanted to see like what the streaming community looked like before I came to YouTube, and they were two of the very, very few people who I saw who live streamed and were 100% transparent. They didn't get off the stream when they were negative or take trades on a totally different screen that you could not see. Or if they, like Nutty Bar does that, you only see his current PA that he's trading. Well, Now he trades all his accounts one by one, but at one point he was like copy trading the other trades, and you could only see the trades that he was taking on the screen for that particular PA that he was trading. But he was very transparent, and every single day he puts out the daily summary, and good, bad, or ugly, he talked about his losses, right? And he showed his losses. Alpine, kind of same thing, where he always had his P&L on the screen when he was trading, and it's the rhythmic P&L, so you see every single account. And other people that I saw, like I know one person in particular, they hid their live streams behind a paywall because they started losing so much. And yeah, or they would end the stream negative and come back later with a community post and say, "Oh guys, I recovered the losses." Oh, did you? Yeah, and now that person is getting payouts from Apex, they now, I think as of last week, are live streaming to the general public again. But yeah. But I remember when I first started watching Alpine, I was like, this guy is a psycho. He has no stop loss. His risk based on what he says is the account. Like one trade, he could lose the account because for him, it's just that $33 for the eval or the $200 total that he spent for the eval and the PA. And at first I thought he was insane. But then I was like, wait a second. I kind of get you now. Like, it's just playing the game of props. But I couldn't trade that way. Let me make that clear. I cannot. That's why you see a tight stop loss. And if I get stopped out, I just get stopped out. It's why I'm trying to create a strategy with very clear rules. Tight stop, scalp, in and out. I don't care about getting a whole 25-point move. As long as I got my 4.5 points, I don't really give a damn about the other 21 points. It's just me personally. That long? I see, Rachel. I see. Yeah, we still actually down here. We cleared the first level to create the downtrend, but not the second level. My second level is like at 498. And we created divergence again here and pushed up. But I just couldn't take that particular trade. Almost everything set up the way that I wanted it to, but it was just one little variable that was off, so I couldn't take it. But yeah. Hi, Trenches. Good morning. How was your trip? Are you back yet? If so, how was your trip? Tell me all about it. Tell me all about it. We started off wrong, Frederick. We started off way wrong. Like, we started off me wanting to put you in the blocked community, okay? I only block spammers, though. Spammers and scammers. But you almost joined the rank of them, okay? So I'm gonna give you another chance. We still ain't friends, but I'm gonna give you another chance. You claim you rooting for me, we gonna see. You just make sure when I get my first payout, you the first person on that video, okay? What do I think about order flow? You mean order flow like what is it, when people can see inside the candles and you see all the numbers with the bid and ask and all of that? If that's what you mean, I think that it is a great way to trade. I personally don't trade that way and don't want to. That's just me personally. For me, I have to have something that's kind of simple. Like right now, I'm trading a volume-based strategy, right? I started this around about 3 months ago. And although my rules are very specific, it's still a pretty simple way to trade, especially like once I understand why it makes sense, why that volume pattern is what I'm looking for. The only thing order flow wise that I use to trade is the order flow VWAP. But I have watched videos like, what's the one guy, I think his name is like Umar Ashef or something like that. I think I've only watched a couple of his videos, but I did watch a video of his with in regards to order flow and all of that, and it was a great video. I even looked at order flow indicators. Like I know Trade Devils has actually, not only do they have a really great indicator for trading order flow, but they have like an auto trader that's based off of the order flow or whatever, it's like too much data for me. I'm a very analytical person. We talked about this probably last week on last week's stream when we were talking about personalities. I'm super analytical, right? So too much data is bad for me because I will literally analyze myself out of every trade. Or because it's too much data and I have too much to look at, I'm going to look at every single variable of whatever that is, and I'm going to miss it, or I'll analyze myself out of it. There's no in between. None. That's why, like, besides, I mean, yeah, I'm using the Rincos or whatever, but besides that, all you see on the screen is just different levels of support and resistance. And then I have a volume up down indicator. The only reason I don't have that over here is because I noticed that ever since Rhythmic had its last outage with Apex, the up down indicator actually causes a lot of lag. I think that's part of the reason why my trades lag when I'm entering them. So I don't want to add it to another chart and just cause more of a lag. But I'm pretty simple for the most part. That's good information from 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. Baby, that's early, Rio. I'm gonna check them out though. So I told you guys I have multiple channels, but on this particular profile, I pretty much only follow traders. So that only trading content comes up with this one. But yeah, I want to follow more traders. I don't really consume a whole lot of content from social media. Most of the content that I consume is typically on YouTube, and I only like to watch a couple of people for like long form content. But like some of the short form content, I don't really look at for real. Like, especially when they start talking about strategies and stuff like that, I don't really consume that kind of content. I just really like to watch people live stream, or like even if they have like shorter 10-minute videos, kind of like an overview of what their session was that particular day, why they took certain trades, stuff like that. I like those videos too. 483,089. And actually, I'm not going to take this buy. So even if the volume sets up the way I want it to, I'm not going to take this buy because this level is legit only here because we broke this one, but not the main one to go into a sale. So it creates this resistance level, which you can see it's a very valid resistance level. But I did notice a couple of times when this happened in my back testing, it didn't work out so well. Because really, this level that changes the trend, it should always be attached to my second level that changes the trend. So I'm just not gonna take that buy even if it sets up the way I want it to. You recently started watching lives to entertain myself and keep my mind on trading at work. Yeah, I typically like I'll have them open, you know, just to give them their watch time and stuff while I'm trading. And then after I'm done trading, while I'm journaling, I'll just put it on my other monitor and actually turn the volume up and stuff so that I can watch them, because they both stream. Now, I do know Alpine, I think it was yesterday when he streamed, he said he's probably going to start only streaming until 10 o'clock or 10:30 in the morning, mainly because he's been struggling intraday scalping. So besides this intraday, what am I talking about? Besides this open range trade, unless it's an eval, he has not really been trading during the day. And so he's like, you know, it can create kind of boring content for people. I mean, he literally spends most of his stream just answering Q&As because he's not trading. He doesn't want to risk his PAs, which I totally understand. And he's even been having trouble with the eval. So yeah. So I'll typically just have him and Nutty going at the same time, on that chart. I love Nutty. They will have such different personalities. Alpine can be kind of off-putting for some people because he's very straight and to the point. And, you know, if people come in saying certain things to him, like telling him how he needs to trade a different way, he'll start asking for people's payouts and stuff, which could be off-putting, but I understand. But Nutty, he just has such a, like, he's not so straight and narrow. He's kind of fun kind of thing. And I just really like Nutty's story because he traded for a whole year with Apex and didn't get a payout. He spent like 29 grand on evals and PAs and stuff. And this month was his first payout month and he made 30,000. What a comeback story. But he just cracked me up because he would always put in his thumbnails or in like the title of the video, like, I'm still learning, so that people just don't come in and troll. Like, people were trolling him sometimes, and he's such a sweet person. I mean, people shouldn't troll people anyway, but for you to troll such a nice person, you're evil. You're super evil. You're still there, you're leaving later. Well, safe travels. I hope you have fun. You like Umar? He's one of the first traders you came across. I've come across so many because I've been in the industry for so long. But I have noticed that I think his content started coming up because I saw a video of his pop up where I think he bought his parents their dream home or something. I feel like that was him. So then ever since I watched that one video, a lot of his shorts and stuff come up. I think I just recently subscribed to him because some people, like, even though I'll never trade the way that they trade or anything like that, some people are just like super motivating. So it's like I kind of have tiers of people. Like, some people I watch because it's motivational to see like where they are in the beginning of their journey, like Nutty, you know, getting your first payout and it's a $30,000 month. Watching him, you know, not that I was watching him struggle, not that, like, I was genuinely consuming his content because I liked him as a person and just seeing how his thought process has changed over time. Like, he initially was going for, you know, longer targets, and then after becoming friends with Alpine, he decided to start scalping. So just seeing like the evolution of people's trading styles and stuff like that, I just personally, I love to see it. And Alpine, I'm not gonna lie, at first I just was like, but then I'm like, no, he's actually a cool person. He's just very straightforward, and I am too. So, but it was just like some of the stuff he was saying to people, I was like, dang. But it was warranted, I ain't gonna lie. Because some people just be loud and wrong. Just loud and wrong. Like somebody said yesterday in his stream, because he was talking about payouts, right? So this one chick comes in and she's like, what is that? So this girl comes in and she was like, well, you guys make sure that you don't really pay much attention to his payouts because he's a YouTuber. So Apex has to pay him out. I'm like, girl, you is loud and wrong. What is you talking about? They deny other people. They deny other people for a reason. Now, granted, some people's appeals I would think should actually, you know, be approved when they have to appeal because of the consistency rule and stuff like that. But like I tell anybody, just stay. If you can stay below the 30% consistency rule, if you just do not break that, okay? If you don't break that, most of the time, the automated system is not even going to pick your account up for you to even have a manual review. And this is like your money that you earned, right? Now, if you earn it the wrong way, I ain't talking to you. But if you're trading with consistency, you're not, you know, doing crazy stuff and news trading and stuff like that, just try to stay below the 30% consistency rule, because as soon as that automated system picks you up for a manual review, you are leaving your money in the hands of another human being. Why even allow someone else to tell you yay or nay? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can avoid that, just avoid it. But a lot of these people, they be YOLOing, they news trade, or this is the other thing, and I probably should make a video about this because some people have some of the rules mixed up. Like you have the 30% consistency rule, you have the 20% flipping rule. You also have like flipping in an eval is different from flipping in a PA to a certain extent, right? Because we've hit a snag with the renewal process for Apex eval. Okay, hold on. We wanted to reach out and let you know we've hit a snag with the renewal process for Apex evals and PAs. If you're one of those affected, please don't hesitate to reach out to the support team and submit a ticket. We're already on it, working hard to fix things as quickly as possible. Use subject line renewal failed. If your renewal failed, send in a support ticket with the subject line renewal failed. Mine did not. It came out at midnight, baby. But anyway, you also have to remember that there is a what they call a withdrawal strategy, which is what a lot of people are doing. Okay, you cannot use, let's say, one mini contract for your first, let's say, 6 days of trade. Let's say 5 days of trading. Let's just make it even 5 and 5. Your first 5 trading days, you use one mini contract. You hit the profit target. Now for the last 5 days, you don't even flip at all. But in the last 5 days, you move down to 3 micros. That's not flipping, right? It doesn't break the 30% consistency rule if one of your days still is not more than 30% of your total profit when you're trying to withdraw. However, it is a withdrawal strategy, which is against the rules. A withdrawal strategy to them means that you do a certain thing to reach the profit target, and as soon as you reach the profit target for the rest of your trading days, you do something completely different. And typically what people are doing is they're reducing their size of their trades. You can't do that. Then you have some people, like there was one guy who he actually, it almost looked like he was using a bot, but he's actually manually trading, right? Because the log files of NinjaTrader will tell you if you're using a bot or not. So he wasn't using a bot. He was taking a lot of trades every session, right? And I'm talking about like a lot of individual trades, not it's saying that you took 50 trades, but really it's 25 because of the way that, no, he's taking a lot of trades. However, he was denied because they told him that they wanted to see more consistency. And I personally think that it's just because of the number of trades that he was taking. His contract sizes were kind of all over the place. And even the times where it was not, it just, you guys have to remember that like Apex's goal, from what they say, is to get traders who they can put live, or even if they don't put you live until you reach $1 million, they want to be able to copy you. They cannot copy you if you're taking 200 trades in 4 hours and you're literally just clicking the buy and sell button. So I think that some people also forget that. And then some people just need to stop trading with props, because some people, some of the things that they want, or like some of the rules that they hate, just go trade your personal account if you could do it and not worry about it. That's the way I see it. Yeah, Nutty is cool. I love Nutty. He's great. He is great. It is nice to see that when he switched to scalping, it started working out for him a little bit more. I'm mad that we're still at this freaking support level. I want to get away from it because I can't take trades here. It's so interesting. I actually watched this video. Let me go find it. It was on a guy's, he does a lot of he has like a podcast, and it was very interesting. The guy who he interviewed, wait, not my videos, he is like the guy behind, I think, SMC or something, SMC Trading, something like that. And let's see if I can find, I always forget the guy's name. Shoot. Abdullah, I think. Okay, so it's on Abdullah Rashid's channel, And oh, it's SMB, my bad. The title of it is Verified 8-Figure Trader Gives Masterclass Scalping Strategies Edge in SMB Capital. And it's the guy's name is Lance Breitstein, I'm not sure. But there was a part in the video where he talked about Edge. And he talked about how, because you do have, I've seen other podcasts where like there's this one guy who I think he's the #1 trader for FTMO, and he basically says that like scalping is not a real strategy. And I've seen even some people say like people who scalp, they're only doing it because they don't know how to trade. That's why you're trying to get in and out so quickly and stuff like that. And it's like, no, people have their different reasons. But anyway, he talks about how as much as people try to rag on scalping, when you think about it, typically scalpers have a better chance of developing an edge over someone who like swing trades and stuff like that. And the way that he was explaining it, like he was even talking about how he knows someone personally who, they can easily double their account with no problem in a month. I think he said a month. And when he was talking about him, he was comparing it to like when you have these big institutions, they always say they use like 1 hour or 4 hour charts or even higher than that. And he's like, how many hedge funds do you know that have a 50% profit in a year? Most of the time, even if you listen to Dave Ramsey, he will tell you that if you put money in investments anywhere, like a 10 to 12% gain in a year is great. And I think sometimes as traders, we don't forget, we do forget how great you can be doing, even if, hey, I only gained 5% this month. Well, when you compare that to what investors tell you, like long-term investors and stuff like that, they will tell you 5% in a month is great, because sometimes when you have your money with these funds and stuff, you're lucky to get 5% in the year. So that's kind of what he was talking about, how you wouldn't see hedge funds getting those kind of returns because they're working typically on the bigger charts. Whereas scalpers, you're on a smaller chart, you have more opportunities. So you have more opportunities to double your money and triple your money even in a month, but of course in a year. And I really liked how he said that, because you do have so many content creators right now who are trying to downplay scalping, which, I mean, if you're somebody who scalps and you just press buy and sell, I mean, I guess maybe, but a lot of scalpers don't just click buy and sell. Most people have a set, consistent strategy that they're looking for or that they're looking at. And I don't think it's fair to say that what they're doing is not really trading. If I can get 4.5 points in 10 seconds or even 5, I've hit my TP in 1 second before. 4.5 points. Precision as far as entry goes, you can't tell me that what I'm doing is not real trading, because I don't want to hold my trades for 3 hours. Huh? Like what? You just aim to target 500 to 800 per trade, even if it has potential for more, and just be consistent 1 trade per day for me. I think that's good though, because also I think when you have a specific target that you're aiming for, it helps to reduce over trading, right? Now, like I said before in previous streams, I'm probably never going to be that person, only because I even see how, because I'm trading more volume based, and because today's volume might be great and tomorrow might not be, or like I said earlier, where the first week of March there was only 50 valid trades. The second week there was almost 100. The third week, which was last week, was only 45. So in the midst of some of those days, right, or some of those weeks, I wasn't getting a lot of setups. So I don't want to just limit myself to a certain profit target or loss target, whatever, because for instance, last week, right? Once I back tested last week, Friday was still just not a great day. It should have been 4 wins, 2 losses, and a break even, which is only a profit of $157. One of those days last week, I think Monday, The profit for that day was like 762. So why limit myself to a $300 day on that day, keep myself out of an extra 400, but then on a day like Friday, I can't even get to a $300 target. You know what I'm saying? But that's just knowing your strategy too. Like if you have a certain edge and you're comfortable with continuing to trade throughout the day, just do it. But like for me, I've never even looked to see what my strategy is like after 11 o'clock because I don't care. I don't want to be on the charts that long. But I do think that like probably when I first start trading my PAs, I might limit myself just a little bit. At least initially until I reach the profit target, and then I'll, continue to just do what I do so that I know I have a little bit of wiggle room. But also by the time I get to that point, I might understand my edge to a certain extent where I don't want to limit myself at all because I feel like I would be doing myself a disservice by doing that. So it's kind of up in the air for me as far as what I want to do, but I don't think limiting yourself is a problem at all. Because if you can consistently make $500 to $800 a day, why not? Most people don't make that in a week at their job. This freaking level is a little magnet. Literally every single swing. And I just don't want to trade at it. Welcome, Laughter. Thanks for the subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. It should pop up on the screen in a second. It just popped up on my phone. I forgot my mom was off work today. Maybe we'll go run some errands. I need to go to the grocery store bad. We're back at my major level back here. It's there. That's the middle level that keeps it an uptrend. So typically when we're above it, I mean, like I said, I still look for sales. It don't matter. But I'm typically looking for price to kind of come here, and then I just pay attention to what price does here. Like, does it create some good divergence? Does it fail to make the divergence and trade below it? Because once we start trading below here, essentially between here and here is where I'm really looking for the sales to change the bias. But this is kind of another way of how I know like volume is practically non-existent, because typically in one session my bias will change like 7 to 10 times. And we started off with a downtrend bias today, and it changed to an uptrend bias at 8:47, and we've still been in an uptrend bias. There it goes. Welcome, welcome. So, but I had a feeling. And then it's a short week, and no bueno, no bueno. Oh yeah, y'all. Last week was my niece and nephew's first week of daycare. And my niece didn't really adapt the best. She's kind of like me. She could be kind of standoffish and don't really want to make friends, and she just look at people crazy. She's just there to learn. She loves learning. But I FaceTimed her last night and asked her how her first week went, and I asked her if she liked her teacher, and she was like, no. And I said, why not? She said, I want you to pick me up from school. Like, girl, you got a long way to go. You are 4. You got a lot of years of school in front of you. But I wouldn't be surprised if sometime this week or next week she starts faking sick so she could be at my house instead, because that's what she loves to do. She's been doing that since she was like 3. She's almost 5. What are we gonna do? What are we going to do? Are we really gonna push down here? We are. Maybe not. We are. This market is just... It's so funny because when I go into their streams and they're using 1 and 2 minute charts, I don't like the structure of it. And I'm getting really good swings or whatever, but almost all of the good swings are happening near this major support level, and I just don't like trading there. And I don't like trading going back towards it either. So like how this previous bar touched it, I don't like going back towards it. It's just my personal preference. But hell, after today, we might have to change that. Because what the heck? And it's still a this basically is going to consolidate until we either break this green level that's above the overnight low, until we break there or break below here, because basically my two levels are opposite. My two major levels are opposite right now. So it's gonna literally just consolidate until it breaks one of them. And you can see that's pretty much what we've been doing all this time. Ever since we tried to break here and didn't break the second level, we've been kind of consolidating within here. I highly doubt anything happens in the next 28 minutes, so we might have to just chalk this up and this just be a red day to start the week. But literally for no reason. It's all because of that one trade that I couldn't get out of with that volume spike at the end of the bar. Are the green bars buys? Most traders lose, so if you're consistently killing it, good for you. Well, I'm not just yet, but that's because I'm still fixing my strat. But yeah, Friday market close, at least you have 4 days. Yeah, the green bars are not necessarily, yeah, they're like, if you're on a regular like 5-minute chart or something, it would be like a bar that closed positive. But since these are Rinkos, basically all the bars that are in that direction, just like a 5-minute chart or any other kind of chart, that's why it's green. That's why it's green. All right. Just still nothing. I don't want to trade near this blue line. Your aim is to copy 20 accounts with a lifetime membership, no monthly subscription. Less is more with that. Hopefully by the end of the year, you'll also create an LLC. So do you plan to, wait, how many accounts do you have right now? And do you plan to do the LLC before you reach 20 or after? Because you can't change your account over to an LLC. Once you pass an eval, even if you don't sign the PA paperwork, after you pass an eval with Apex, well, if you're choosing Apex, you cannot switch to a LLC. And some people, I'm gonna tell you right now, some people are gonna get in trouble because they've been trying to circumvent. And when they sign their PA paperwork, they try to sign with they sign with their EIN instead of their social security number, and you are not supposed to do that. That's technically fraud. Because once your account is a personal account, you have to change it to an LLC before you pass your first eval. So that's what I ended up doing. Rio, I didn't even see your message. It went away for some reason. Sometimes when you write messages, it does go away. I don't know if you're deleting it or what. But yeah. LLCs are definitely great, especially if you know that you should have a lot of confidence in yourself that you will get to that point no matter what at some point. But yeah, LLCs are great because with the way that Apex pays out and it basically being a 1099 and being taxed at ordinary income, having the LLC is better because you can always declare an S corp at some point, pay yourself a salary and stuff like that. It's so funny because when I first got with Apex, I was like, I'll never max out at 20 accounts. I'll probably just stay at 5, maybe 10 if I decide to do that. But once you see everyday ordinary people with these $40,000 payouts every 2 weeks or even just once a month, it's like, who gonna stop at 10? Not me. Not me. But I will say that my goal is to definitely just get back to a personal account. Oh yeah, I don't know if I told you guys. So I can't remember what day that was, but I was showing how the one mod in the Apex Discord, I forget what his name was, Nacho. I think he changed it to like cheese flavored snack or something. I think is his name now. But he's the one who got the 900 and I think it was like $82,000 payout. So of course they asked him to go live. He declined. So when we were talking about it in Alpine's stream, I think it was Thursday maybe, it was a bunch of people asking like how many days it took. And so I asked him myself because I wanted to know, and because, you know, I know he would answer me, I asked him. He was trading all 50K accounts, okay? And he reached a $982,000 profit in 18 trading days. I don't know what strategy he was using. I don't know how many contracts. I don't know any of that. I think when they calculated it, it was like you had to make like $2,700 a day per PA or something. So I don't know how he was trading. I just know he said it took him 18 trading days. And it seems like the threshold for people to be asked to go live is around $1 million. That's what it seems like. But I have been seeing some people in the Discord, like in the last month, saying that they've been receiving emails from whoever the person is in support saying that they've been watching them for a live account. And I remember one guy specifically was like, I only have 21 trading days. Why are they asking me? I never asked him what his profit was on the accounts though, because it doesn't matter how long you've had the accounts, it's how much profit you have. So yeah, they'll just ask you to go live. If you decline, you get to withdraw. I don't know how much of the, like what percentage it is, but you get to withdraw a certain amount, and that's that. You're back. Hey, Rachel. You want to take the past eval to AK profit, then use the money to create what? I got you. That makes sense. Are LLCs expensive where you are? I know in Missouri, it doesn't cost as much at all. And then the only thing that I do is I do pay a third-party company like $40 a year as my registered agent, and whatever paperwork, like any of that stuff that's required, they do all of that. But I feel like in Missouri we don't have like yearly requirements like a lot of other states do. Okay, we're finally getting a little breakout. Let's see if we can stay above that green line right there. Like I said, I'm not really expecting much in the next 20 minutes, so I get a trade, great. If I don't, it's whatever. Because I would rather, if it's gonna pull back and give me a trade, I want it to kind of be like away from this green line, or the green line needs to disappear. Real trader, real money verified, 40K and 18. No, not 40K. So he made 982,000 in 18 trading days with his Apex accounts. Rio, I feel like I keep seeing a message pop up and disappear. I can't tell if it's you, Rio, or somebody else. It disappears so fast. But yeah, it's not, I wouldn't say it's common because it's not common, but like the last guy who made $1 million. Now I don't know how long it took him though, because I know he had a lot of evals and PAs. And even this guy, I forget how many they said. I did read a comment where he talked about how many evals it took him to get to that point. And PAs and stuff. So clearly he was blowing some before then. But I think the last person to hit $1 million and be asked to go live was the guy who I think his Twitter that people were following him on. I think it was Live Mike Trader or something like that. He even was on the Benzinga, I think is what it's called, the Apex Benzinga show or something. Yeah. All right. Why the line is still there, but it's fine at this point. Let's just see if we get a rejection off the VWAP. Now, the only problem is, in order for me to get into a buy, we can't pull back too far away from the VWAP because I can't take trades going back towards it. But if we rotate over it, then I'll be able to take the trade. And we're not rotating. Jesus. Now, I am going to have to, hold on, wait a minute. Oh, never mind. I decided to stop doing that anyway. Never mind. Is my mother leaving? Yeah. Rio. Oh, it's you? No apologies needed. It's just I wanted to make sure I wasn't missing your comment or something. That's all. No apologies necessary at all, I promise. I was just like, I can't respond to it if it just pops up. I thought it was like a glitch or something with OBS. So no, you're good. You're good. I'll pop this at 34, probably 20 depending on 11 o'clock volume. Yeah, right now it's trading near the overnight low, and we're in this little 20, not even 20, 15 point zone. I knew I probably wasn't getting much. As soon as my first trade was at 8:52 in the morning, I knew it wasn't going to be much today. I just knew it. And I can't, was it last Monday? No, I think it was the first Monday of March. I think there was only like 3 valid trades that day. So as long as we can slow roll this, know what I am probably gonna have to do though. So for those of you guys who didn't know, during this entire process of me putting my strategy together, I had 5 evals, right? One of the evals, which was the second 50K, I didn't necessarily need that one, but I just wanted a second 50K because in the very beginning of the process, of course, I was blowing the accounts faster. So, you know, my renewal wouldn't be for like 2 weeks. So I was waiting too long to be able to trade again. So what I did was I perfectly timed all of the renewals for my evals. They're basically like 1 week apart. So I had the 1st, the 9th, the 17th, and the 25th. And then the second 50K was on the 5th or whatever. So I don't really count that one. So the reason why I did that is because every time my eval would renew, I wouldn't trade it for the first full week after renewal. And then that gave me 3 full weeks to trade it. Well, one of the accounts is the one that I accidentally passed in the midst of trying to fail it, like 2 Fridays ago. And so now that's one less account for me to have fresh, right? So one of the 25Ks, which I think up there is listed as the second account that's listed, That one renewed today. So technically, let me see. 1, 2, 3. Technically, I shouldn't trade it again till next Monday. So I'm kind of good with that one. The problem is I won't have either of the 50Ks until the following week. So now that kind of throws off me having a fresh new account every Monday, because one of the accounts is now gone since it's passed. I'm trying to kind of see like if I still want to wait a full week before I start trading, because at this point most of my accounts last a full 3 weeks now. And it's because I'm starting to see a little bit of progress with the strategy and how it's going. So I might start trading the accounts a little bit earlier now, but we'll see. So next week I'll probably just stick to just the 25K, and depending on, you know, how things go, I'll just still wait that full week to trade the 50Ks. I'm still trying to decide like what account I'm gonna add when I pass the next one. Because I still don't really know if I want to stick with the 25s or the 50s, or just continue with the combination of the two. I don't know, but you'll never see an account higher than 50K. I'll tell you that now. Never. It doesn't make sense to me. This price action is, let's just call it price because there's no action. Nice pullback to trap the shorts. Well, now the issue is we're in this very tight 15-point overnight range. And sometimes I like to look at like how many points the overnight range was, because when it's tight like this, even if we're not trading inside of it, a lot of times we'll have just a very shitty volume and volatility movement type of day. And this is a pretty tight range. Typically when the range is like 40 points or more, it's a lot better of a New York session. I feel like my grandma lived with my mom, and neither one of them said goodbye. She probably went to the grocery store. Where you go? Oh, okay. I was just making sure, because you know y'all just leave without saying anything. It's pretty rude, actually. And don't care. Okay, well I guess I'll see y'all when y'all get back. I said, well, I guess I'll see y'all when y'all get back. Okay, bye now. Love you too, bye. Alright. She was like, well, you on your little recording thing. Girl, you could say bye. Rudeness. I am looking to short right here. There's more than enough volume if we push there, which we did not. All right, so now things are a little bit different. All right, so I want to see 170. We would have to stall here for quite a while, or have a really huge volume push for me to want to take this sell. And it's gonna push before then, it looks like. If you don't want me to trade market, just say that. Didn't stall long enough. Didn't stall long enough. Bye, friend. Frederick, I'm not gonna play with you. See you tomorrow. Enjoy your day. We not friends yet. But no, enjoy your day. Thank you for tuning in. I'm about to leave myself. I got 10 minutes left. No buy here. I also already know that based on where this VWAP is, I probably won't be able to get into a sell either. So I think we're probably just going to end it here. I will say that I am still enjoying the trade copier. The executions were a little today, but I think that's just the rhythmic data, honestly. But I'm definitely very happy with my purchase. I saw somebody needed help with the Apex copier yesterday, I think it was, or the day before. And they showed a picture of the interface and I was just like, yeah, I can't. It's something about that interface I just don't like of the new version. The old version is great. But to not have one extra window open is just the only reason why I'm starting to use this other copier now, because the old copier is still, it's not giving me any problems at all. But I wonder why this doesn't let me oh, probably because it's in a red state. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get anything else, unfortunately. Because I can't take this sell either. Pretty sure. Yep. Just as I thought. All right, guys. I'm gonna wait it out because that's what I should do. But I'm actually sore. I worked out for the first time in a while, a full workout yesterday. I've been doing little mini workouts for the last couple of weeks to prepare myself because I'm recovering from a really bad back injury from like September. And I'm just getting better, so trying to start working out again. And I am sore. Frederick, you're crazy. All right. I cannot believe this is what the market wanted to do today. How can I pick the right direction, have target hit and still negative on the trade? He didn't even... Somebody literally asked, how can I pick the right direction, have my target hit and still negative on the trade? And he didn't even trade any of his accounts. I'm weak. People just be lying. Oh my goodness. The way we have stalled through every swing is insane. And I'm just mad that I didn't stay in that one trade that took off as soon as I broke even on it. So today should be a positive day, basically. We got the one loss in there, then the one win that I broke even on because I saw the weak level pop up, but my entry was before it was weak, so I should have never broken even on it. Yeah, we're not gonna get nothing in the next 2 minutes. Okay, so let me take a screenshot of the accounts dashboard and actually wait, let me turn let me unlock it first. All right, that way all the numbers are in order. All right, guys, this is where that's not what I wanted to do. This is where we're at after today. Pretty annoyed because I actually had this second account. I had recovered it a little bit, so I'm pretty sure that's gonna blow tomorrow. I'm not gonna purposely blow it today because it's pointless. I only purposely blow the day before renewal, so I'll just let it blow on its own tomorrow with the first trade, because if that first trade has any bit of drawdown, it's just gonna blow, which is fine. So basically for the rest of the week, we should just have the 250K accounts. I'm not really focused on attempting to pass them or anything like increasing my size to try to pass them before renewal. I don't care about that. I just want them to last so I can still trade on the evals to the end of the week, and that's all I'm worried about. So that's how much drawdown we have for the last couple of we got 3 more trading days this week. As long as they last, I'm good. And that's just that. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Sorry that the price action was not actioning today and I couldn't take very many trades, but I thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Bye, guys.